So this is a Nightmare on Elm Street, Nancy's house, which stars Heather Langenkamp, the great John Saxon, Robert Englund as the amazing Freddy Krueger, and Johnny Depp in his first film debut. For those who haven't seen this film, which if you haven't, you should go watch the film first instead of watching this video. So this is 1428 Elm Street in the films, known as the Elm Street house. It's a residential house and street address in Springwood, Ohio. And this basically serves as the most important location in the whole Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. And the first one, of course, is Nancy Thompson's house along with her parents. This scene is originally filmed at 1428 North Genesee Avenue in Los Angeles, California. And one fun fact is that the interior of one of the rooms upstairs was actually used in the film A Nightmare on Elm Street as Nancy's room, so that's pretty cool. In the second one, this place is occupied by Jesse Welsh and his family. And that's in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. We can see the house again in the third film, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. It's used in the dream sequence. It's also in the fourth one, which is Dream Master. And in the fifth one, the Dream Child. It's also used in the sixth one, Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare. It's referenced in Freddy vs. Jason, even though in Freddy vs. Jason, it was actually filmed in Canada, but the replica was pretty good, you know? So at least that movie's got one good thing going. No, I'm just joking. I love that movie. And as the franchise goes on, it's hinted that the house was occupied by Freddy before his death. Even though in the first one, they don't mention this. The only connection to Freddy is that Marge Thompson, the mom, stored his razor blade glove in the basement boiler. This house was built in 1919. It's a 2-story Dutch colonial home. It's got 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and 2,700 square feet. And it kind of sucks that the red door is not there anymore. Music by Final Girl Synth. If you'd like to see more of her stuff, follow her on social media on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Bandcamp. I'll place the links in the description. And here we are, another video of a filming location. We always have more horror fan TV as well. I'll put some more video links in the description as well if you'd like to check out the Halloween film location. And then we're now across the street, literally across the street, we have the house of Nancy's boyfriend, Glen Lantz, who was played by Johnny Depp in his film debut. In the film, this is 1419 Elm Street, or in real life, it's known as 1419 North Genesee Avenue. We see the house in different scenes throughout the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, such as when Nancy and her boyfriend are talking on the phone, and of course the famous bed scene, and the aftermath of it all when John Saxon's character, the dad, is trying to investigate what's going on. According to Screen Rants, for Johnny Depp, A Nightmare on Elm Street was the young actor's first film, as we all know. But according to them, the producers originally wanted Charlie Sheen, who is known for 2.5 Men nowadays, I guess, they wanted him for the part of Glen Lantz, the boyfriend. But his salary was much more than the low-budget production could afford. As some of you know, Noonline Cinema's the house that Freddy built. At that time, they didn't have the budget or the power they did when they made Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. This is in the beginning. But anyways, the scene at Glen's house is pivotal for Nancy, because this is the moment when she realizes that Glen will be killed by Freddy Krueger, and there's nothing she can do. She tries to save Glen, but you just hear Freddy's haunting laughter through the room. Nancy's trying to tear out the phone from the wall, and she can't do anything to call Glen. Glen fell asleep, and this bed basically sucks him up, and we all know it just pours blood in this crazy scene, in this iconic scene of 80s horror films. It's pretty cool. Originally in this scene, they were supposed to add more, Glenn's lifeless body was supposed to be floating back out of the hole and dropping to the bed, but this was cut, which would have been pretty cool to see. Another deleted scene was that Freddy broke his finger off his glove, and it would have been found on Glenn's body as a taunting message for Nancy's dad. One fun fact is that Johnny Depp does come back for a funny cameo in Nightmare on Elm Street 6, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. And these are all fun locations for people to check out. These locations, along with the Halloween locations in Pasadena, are what makes horror fans excited. You guys should definitely check this out. And I always say that, but I genuinely mean it. And I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll put some more video links in the description.